Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. All glories to our revered speaker for today, His Holiness Bhakti SWAMI Maharaj. And all glories to our assembled Vaishnavi devotees. Devotees, we thank you all for being here, as always. We're very much privileged to have His Holiness to be with us today. It's been quite a while since we last had Maharaj speak to us, because oftentimes the date scheduled conflicted with Maharaj's itinerary, so he couldn't be with us for quite some time. But in this month, we're fortunate we have Maharaj here with us. So, Maharaj, you're welcome back to your own home. And without further ado, we may put the verse on the screen, and then you take it from here. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayam Namakrishya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Sarvatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nasta Prayeshu Badreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamastoke Bhakti Bhavati Nasike. Do you hear me clearly?
Yes, Maharaj.
All right, good. Because I'm using my mobile phone today. My tablet has some little issue.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
using my mobile phone. That's why my name is not appearing there. You see, Hare Krishna is my name.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
So we are reading reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 9, Text 4. Tadva idam bhavana mangala mangalaya Janesmayno darsitam na upasakanam. So the next line is, Tasmai na bhagavate nuviddhima tubhyam yo natrito naraka bhakbir asat asangai. Okay, that's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, Va, or Idam, this present form, Bhuvana Mangala, or you who are all auspicious for all the universes, Mangalaya, for the sake of all prosperity, Dhyane, in meditation, Sma, as it were, Naha, unto us, Darshitam, manifested, Te, your, Upasakanam, of the devotees, Tasmai, unto him, Namaha, my respectful obeisances, Bhagavate, unto the personality of Godhead, Anu Vidhema, I perform, Tubhyam, unto you, Yaha, which Anaditaha is neglected, Naraka Bhagbhi, by persons destined for hell, Asat Prasangai, by material topics. Translation and purport by Divine Grace, Abhay Charavindam Shivapa Maharaj Ki Jai. This present form, or any transcendental form expanded by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is equally auspicious for all the universes. Since you have manifested this eternal personal form upon whom your devotees meditate, I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Those who are destined to be dispatched to the path of hell neglect your personal form because of speculating on material topics. Purport. Regarding the personal and impersonal features of the Supreme Personality, of the Supreme Absolute Truth, the personal forms exhibited by the Lord in his different plenary expansion are all for the benediction of all the universes. The personal form of the Lord is also worshipped in meditation as Sapasul Paramatma, but the impersonal Brahman Jyoti is not worshipped. Persons who are addicted to the impersonal feature of the Lord, whether in meditation or otherwise, are all pilgrims to hell because, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 12:15, impersonalists simply waste their time in mundane mental speculation because they are addicted more to false argument than to reality. Therefore, the association of the impersonalist is condemned herewith by Brahma. All the plenary expansion of the personality of Godhead are equally potent as, please go up, as confirmed in the Brahma Samhita 546. Diparshi heva hi rasaram upetya dipayate vivritayatu samana dharma yastaktrik eva hi cha vishnu taya vibhati govindam atipurusham tamaham bhajami. The Lord expands himself as flames of a fire expanded one after another. Although the original flame or Sri Krishna is accepted as Govinda, the Supreme Person, all other expansions such as Rama, Nrsimha, and Varaha are as potent as the original Lord. All such expanded forms are transcendental. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is made clear that the Supreme Truth is eternally uncontaminated by material touch. There is no jugglery of words and activities in the transcendental kingdom of the Lord. All the Lord's forms are transcendental, and such manifestations are ever identical. The particular form of the Lord exhibited to a devotee is not mundane. Even though the devotee may retain material desire, nor it is manifest under the influence of material energy, as in foolishly considered by the impersonalists. Impersonalists who consider the transcendental form of the Lord to be products of the material world are surely destined for hell. Om Janam Timradasya Jana Jana Shalakaya Takshu Militam Mina Tashma Shigura Venamaha Shishitana Vistam Sapita Yenabutale Yam Rupam Sampanadikam Pundiam Sri Guru Padakaram Sri Gosmacha Sirupam Sagatam Ragunatam Tam Sajivam Savarutam Paritam Saitam Krishna Chetan Devam Sri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagara Sri Vidakam Vidam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopi Sagopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapchakana Go Rangirate Brisavano Sware Brisavano Sute Devi Prana Mame Hari Priye Manchakalpa Tarun Jascha Kripa Sanugyahevacha Pochitanam Pavenevyo Vasnavyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Sarvasdevi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvase Sastunyavadi Patsachari Satarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sari Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Mukam Kaloti Vachalam Pangam Lagate Girim Yatkhripatadvande Shri Gurum Dinataranam. So, reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 9, Text 4. Can you put the verse again, please? This present form, or any transcendental form expanded by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is equally auspicious for all the universes, since you have manifested this eternal personal form upon whom your devotees meditate. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Those who are destined to be dispatched to the path of hell neglect your personal form because of speculating on material topics. Yes, so again, I'm very happy to be in the midst of devotee, is Vaishnav Sangha. I seek the blessing of His Divine Grace, Abhayachanam Shri Prabhupada, and all the Guru Bhanaparam, or the Acharyas, or the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, for me to be able to perform this Bhagavatam Seva, to purify myself, and hopefully I can teach something to the audience. Yes, Hare Krishna for giving me this opportunity again, once again. So this verse is, so Lord Brahma is praying. Lord Brahma's prayers for creative energy. Yeah, we see that we are discussing about two things. God is one, but he has two aspects. One aspect is personal, and another aspect is impersonal. And we have two main schools in terms of spiritual life. Yeah. One school is personalism, Tattvavadism. And the other school is, Mayavadism, personalism, impersonal. Yeah. God is personal. At least for ISKCON devotees, there are no bargaining, there are no arguments. We cannot, waste our time in ISKCON temples, waking up very early, come for a prayer that we call Mangal Harati, offer incense, flowers, many things, and again prepare some food, put some leaf, call it tulsi, offer, and expect that food to come back after 15 minutes or so, and we call that prasad. And we have been doing that since many years. 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, generation after generation. So, well, in the first observation, people will say, well, this is idol worship. They are doing something, very, very wrong. Yes, but this verse talk about impersonal aspect of God and personal aspect of God. So there is one verse that was mentioned on the purport. I think verse 12, chapter 12, text 5. There in chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita, first verse, Arjuna asked a very important question to Krishna. To ask him, in verse 1, he said, Arjuna inquired, which is considered to be most perfect? Verse 1, text 1 first. Yeah. Yeah, good. Thank you. Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect? Those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested? That was the question of Arjuna. And of course, Krishna starts responding from verse 2. This verse 2, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, those who fix their minds on my personal form and are always engaged in worshiping me with creeds and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect. And again, go to text 3, 4, yeah. But those who fully worship the unmanifested, that which lies beyond the perfect perception of the senses, the all-pervading, inconceivable, unchanging, fixed, and unmovable, the impersonal concepts of the absolute truth, by controlling the various senses and being equally disposed to everyone, such person engaged in the welfare of all at last achieve me. Next. I think this is the verse 5 now. Yeah, text 5. For those whose mind are attached to the unmanifested impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. Okay, let's see in the next verse. Let's see. 6, 7, yeah. But those who worship me, give up all their activities unto me, and being devoted to me without deviation, engage in devotional service, and always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me, O son of Pritha, for them the swift deliver from the ocean of birth and death. Okay, last one. Yeah, verse 8. Yeah. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Engage all your intelligence in me. Thus, you will live in me always, without a doubt. Yeah, so we can make some, comparison. You can say personalist versus impersonalist. Yeah. So Krishna himself is saying that the part of, the impersonalism is very, very, very difficult. To one side, we can say that Krishna is saying that the worshipping directly in the form of Krishna is perfect. Yeah, because we just simply fix our mind on Him and we worship Him with great faith. We engage in devotion service, and we will be delivered very soon from birth and death. On the other side, the impersonalists, they worship the unmanifested beyond sense perfection. Our senses are already difficult to control, but we leave this our senses and we go beyond our senses, which is more difficult. So that form is in all pervading, inconceivable. It's an impersonal conception, you know. And advancement, Krishna himself is saying, advancement in these parts is very troublesome, especially those who are embodied soul. When we are incarnated in this body, it is very, 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 very difficult to follow the path of impersonalism. Yeah. So in Sri Upanishad, Krishna, is God, as is called Sagun and Nirgun. Same person is, Saguna, mean he has a form, and Nirguna without form. Yeah. So the impersonalists, they say, yes, we told you, God does not have any form. He's in Nirguna. Devotees, we say, what? Krishna has a form, but not a form like your form and my form. It's not a form made of bones, blood, mucus, all these things. So we agree that yes, he's nirguna. He doesn't have form. He doesn't have material form like your form. That form like which is perishable. That form which is subject to birth, disease, old age, and death. That form does not concern God, Krishna. So therefore, well, it's nirguna. You are right. But we say he has a form, but our form is a transcendental. Yeah, that form is transcendental. Well, we by common sense, we all know that God is eternal. Even though we don't see him, we don't know him, but at least our consciousness tells us that supreme being is eternal. Because the world has been existing for so long, people die, go, come, but God is always there, fixed. I mean, we all know, we all accept that God is eternal. Yeah. So if God is eternal, means his form also is eternal. Okay. In Bhagavad Gita also, 4:6, Krishna is explaining when he appeared, Ajopi Samaya Atma, Bhutanam Iswara Atma Maya. Say he come in his original and personal form. I come in my personal form. Yeah. Although I'm inborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates, and although I'm the Lord of all living entities, by my internal energy, I still appear. By my internal energy, I still appear. Yeah, so Krishna appear in his internal energy called Atma Maya. And another one also, Bhagavad Gita 9:11, called people Muda. Avanatima Muda. Say, fools, they deride me when I descend in my human form. They say, oh, look at him, look at Krishna. He's the same like us. He's not God. How can he be God? He's the son of Ananda Maharaj. He's the son of Mother Yashoda. So he cannot be God. So fools deride me when I descend in the form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the supreme Lord of all that be. You see, so the form of the Lord is very, very, very difficult to comprehend, to understand, because most of the approach, the most of religion in this Kali Yuga now, they have an impersonal approach. Chaitanya Prabhu was discussing with Chankazi. It also mentioned there in the Chaitanya Bhagavat also. So in the discussion, Lord Chaitanya Prabhu was asking the Muslim king, Chankazi, because he was having an impersonal approach that God cannot have any form, nobody can see God. You see. So Chaitanya Prabhu was asking him, when you say, God, please listen, hear my prayer. At times we hear prayer with ears. So if you say God does not have any form, how do you expect him to hear your prayer? You pray, we pray, oh, please, God, see my suffering. You say he does not have any form, and how do you expect him to see you suffering? In Bible, God descended and walked on the garden. I think before someone walk, that person must have legs. Right? Yeah. So most of the religion now, even the spiritual, organization also, most of them, they have an impersonal approach. Either God is the sound, or God is light, God is an energy, God is something, just imagination. Yeah. But God is a person. What makes them doubting is that we die, we grow old, we die. So God cannot be like us. Yes, His form is transcendental. Atma Maya, you say Atma Maya, my transcendental and original form. That form is not ordinary. So this text is saying that the impersonalists, they are ready to go to hell. So in the purport, in the translation, one sentence there, since you have this eternal personal form upon whom your devotees meditate, I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Yes, you cannot pay. It's like, for instance, in the when Lord manifested his Virata Rupa, his initial form to Arjuna. Arjuna said, look, I cannot enjoy this form. Please come back. Go back to your original form. Because these thousands of heads, thousands of arms, thousands of legs, for me is very, very, very fearful. It's very difficult to see. And I cannot offer devotional service to that form. Please come back to your original form so that I can engage into devotional service to you like I was doing before. See? So that is very, very, very important. This world now is deep down in the darkness, into sleeping. They don't accept. We accept God vague like this, but we cannot understand that He's a person like us. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sakchitananda Vigraha. And Adi Adi Govinda, is the Supreme Lord, is the original person, Adi Purusha. Is everything comes from him, but he does not have any source. So it's mind-blowing. We cannot digest these kind of things. So the personal form of the Lord is also worship by meditation as a spiritual soul, Paramatma. But the impersonal Brahman Jyoti is not worship. So you go to some yoga club or some spiritual club or organization. Meditation for them is like try to concentrate the mind on one. They make a big circle and they put a small dot in the middle. And the yogis, the devotees, are asked to look at that point for maybe 30 minutes, 1 hour. Yeah. Fix on one point. When you do that after one, Prabhupada says, if you do that after 30 minutes, 1 hour, you start sleeping because you are meditating on something void. If you meditate on something void, you get nothing. Prabhupada says, the prana mantra of Sri Prabhupada is Sunyavadi. Namaste Saravasi Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivesesa Sunyavadi. Sunyavadi. Voidism. If you say God is nothing, God is void, and you meditate on void, then you get nothing. If you don't have any seed, you don't sow any seed, you will not get any crops. Yeah, so the impersonal Brahman Jyoti is not worship. We can meditate on the Apostle or Paramatma, but the impersonal Brahman cannot be worship. That's why Upanishad is mentioning that when someone attains perfection, mantra 15, I think, mantra 15, Iriyamayana Patrina. When someone attains perfection and he start traveling to go back to Godhead, He reached a point at the Brahman, after crossing Brahmaloka, and he will see Brahman Jyoti, the effulgence, that bright light coming from the body of the Lord. Then devotee, because it was trained as the Bhakti Yogi, then will say, yes, my dear Lord, please show me your real face. Your face is covered by your dazzling effulgence. Kindly remove it and exhibit yourself to your pure devotees. So even at the time of leaving the body, the devotee with knowledge, when he will meet the Brahman Jyoti, he will say, yes, beyond the Brahman Jyoti, there is a source. Because if there is a sound, there are sound as a source. If you have lights, that lights have a source. So what is the source of everything? So the devotee is knowledge. He does not say, okay, yes, okay, I do yoga for many years. Now let me merge into the Brahman Jyoti. This is called spiritual suicide. Sayuja Mukti. Sayuja Mukti means kill one's individuality. Yeah. This is called spiritual suicide. So Srila Prabhupada give very nice analogy. You know, I like that verse, that analogy. The green birds entering a green tree doesn't mean that the bird has disappeared. From seeing the tree from far, we may conclude that, oh, the bird has disappeared. No. The tree has its existence. The green bird also has its own existence, its needs. You need to drink some water, you need to eat some grains. But it's not because he has entered the green tree that he has disappeared. So when we are on the path of spiritual life and we merge into the Brahman Jyoti, we don't become God. People think that it's so easy to become God. We become a particle of light in the big light, Brahman Jyoti. But because we are individual soul, when we stay there for some time and there are no activities, no rasa, no connection, no feeling, then we start asking ourselves, but what am I doing here? Then eventually we can fall down in the material life, and become philanthropic, like that. So the devotee is knowledge. When he sees that Brahman Jyoti, he asks the Lord, please remove that light so that I can see you face to face. We agree, God is light, but not only light. We agree, God is sound, but not the only sound. We agree, God is energy, Shaktis, but not only energy. We have the energy and we have the energetic. We have the power and we have the powerful. Everything has a source. What is the source of everything? What is the source of the light? The light is coming from where? If you hear a sound, you must ask yourself, where is that sound coming from? Who is making that sound? That sound is produced by what? This is intelligence. So Lord Brahma, yeah, he's very intelligent. He's praying to the Lord to accept his worship. So another example was given by Srila Prabhupada, by the many forms of the one verse there in the purport. Prabhupada quote one verse, Shrimad Brahma Samhita. Yeah, but it talk about the original flame. When you take a candle, one candle, and you have maybe another 20 candles, you lit all these other 10 candles, but the same, all the candle will burn the same way. But there is one original candle that is original. That's why we say Ishvara Parama Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna. Sakshit Ananda Vigraha. Anadi Adil Govinda. Adil Govinda. So the first candle, the original candle, is Krishna. He is a person. Yeah. So a personalist who consider the transcendental form of the Lord to be products of material world are surely destined for hell. We mentioned that Krishna is saying that when he appears, he appears in this world with his Atma Maya. Atma Maya. I appear in my original and transcendental form. But that form is not imagination. So, what is the business of the impersonalist? It's called speculation. Maybe not. Maybe not. So the acharyas, they are giving us the right path, because our senses are not perfect. Our senses are contaminated. We are subject to illusion. We are subject to forgetfulness. We are subject to births, old age, disease, and death. We are subject to commit mistake, and we have a cheating propensity. So in that way, with these imperfect senses, we cannot perceive the perfect. So we cannot rely on our imperfect senses to meet the perfect person. So two approaches are there, the descending approach and the ascending approach. Mayavadis or speculators, they use the ascending process. The ascending process. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah. Thank you. The lights of one candle being communicated to other candles, although it burns separately in them, the same in its quality. I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, who exhibits himself equally in the same mobile manner in the various manifestations. So yes, we have different forms of the Lord Ramachandra, Varaha, Nrsimhadev, like that. Yes, but there is one Adi Purusha, one original form from whom all the forms comes. You know that there is one argument when with so-called Hinduism, Hinduism, they say that Krishna is below Vishnu or Narayan. That's the son of Nanda Maharaj, Krishna, that appear in Mathura, is lower than Vishnu or Narayan. But they don't know the process. They don't know that Krishna, he first manifested the Purusha avatars. That they don't know. Krishna manifested the Purusha avatar, Mahavishnu, the gigantic form, very big, very huge form. And from that form, the universes come out like, like mangoes or oranges so easily. And after manifesting that form, that universes, he enter again in every universe. So we have Karano Daksai Vishnu, and we have Gabo Daksai Vishnu, and we have Kishore Daksai Vishnu. So from Gabo Daksai Vishnu, all the various incarnation, Ram, Nrsimha, Varaha, all of them, they come from that. So saying that Krishna appeared 5,000 years ago. So by logic, with our mind, our senses, and with our intelligence, you say yes. Vishnu was there before. Krishna appears. Narayan was there before. So this Krishna is the eighth son of Nanda Maharaj. He came after Vishnu, but they forget. They don't know that Vishnu himself, Narayan, they also came from the original Krishna. That is the process. Yeah. So the impersonal approach is very, 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 very delicate. Mayavadis, they told Prabhupada one day that, look, why are you doing the worship in the temples? God is everywhere. No need. No need to worship God in your Hare Krishna temples. So Srila Prabhupada told them that, look, if you accept that Krishna, God is everywhere, then probably he must also be in our temple also. Yeah. So impersonalism is very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. It makes everything void. It makes everything valueless. Everything not important. Everything without substance. Everything without origin. Understand? So we have three type of personalities. We have karmis, we have jnanis, we have bhaktas. The karmis, they try to enjoy the senses without the honor, without Krishna. Karmis. The jnani is someone who is struggling with his mind and senses to understand who he is, to understand who is God. He doesn't want to ask those who know. So I was mentioning that we have two types of approach: the ascending process and the descending process. The speculators, they use the ascending process. Prabhupada always give the example of someone who wants to know his father. Just inquire from your mother. But don't go in the street and ask everyone the streets to know who is your father. It's very difficult. That's why Krishna said, those who try to worship the inconceivable, the all-pervading, that is very, very difficult, practically impossible. Practically impossible, and they will fail. They will fail. So the ascending process is very dangerous because first we are using contaminated senses, as I mentioned. Senses are not perfect. Though, how can a blind person find the right way, the right path? He's blind. He doesn't see the way. He cannot lead anybody. Therefore, the only way to know the truth about God is to go through the descending process. Descending process. Papa give another example of a very nice mango, beautiful mango, the very long mango tree. You just cuts. One person is on the mango tree. He cut that mango, pass it from one hand to another hand till that mango reach down, and very, very good to enjoy. But if you are throwing stone, throwing wood and everything, well, the mango can eventually fall, but you get smashed. So the descending approach through the paramparam, through the acharyas, Krishna said, not 4:34. That Vidi Parinipasana. Say to approach, to know the truth, we need to approach the self-reliant soul, because the self-reliant soul, as as he knows God, he can show us who is God. But from our own senses, from our own endeavor, it is practically not possible. Thank you, Prabhu, for the verse. Yeah, just learn, try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquiring from him, submissively and render service unto him. The self-reliant soul can impart knowledge into you because they have seen the truth. Yes. Those who already seen the truth, they can tell the truth. Not someone who doesn't know what the truth is and starts to speculate. Is it blue? Is not blue? Is dark? No, maybe, maybe not. No, 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 no. It's not the right way. It's not the best way. When you are at home with your children, when the children ask you a question, you don't put them in doubt. It's yes or no. It's black or white. But don't speculate on God. Don't assume that God is maybe like this, maybe like that. Yeah. So the type of this, those who have the personal approach, they accept that Krishna is the person. It has a personal form, an original form, and that form cannot be understood by ordinary people. Prabhupada tell many times I say, everybody ask Prabhupada, can you see God? Prabhupada say, yes, of course. Then the challenge, okay, we want to see, but say Prabhupada said, no, 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 no. You are not qualified because your eyes are contaminated. You have cataracts. You need to go to temple, ISKCON temple to undergo a surgery, eye operation. Your eyes must be wanted by the balm of bhakti, the balm of love. Yeah. So this impersonalism is very, very as completely covered the world. As I mentioned, most of all the religions now we have, I need to mention any name, but most of them, they have an impersonal approach. Philosophically, we say, God, please hear me. Please, God, listen to me. Please, God, accept my offering. But in practical, we behave as if God is not a person. So, okay, when we will live with our body and we go the kingdom of God, who is there? It's God. Kingdom means there is a king. The king has a throne and he is entourage. So right now, if you don't know, if you don't accept that God is the person, we are persons, but we don't want to accept that God is the person. That is challenge. Yeah. So this verse is very important for us to understand that we need to really understand that the impersonal aspect of God is there also. Just like we say Om, Omkara. Omkara is the impersonal manifestation of God, of Krishna. When you say Mahamantra, Mahamantra is the sound. God come in the form of sound is the Mahamantra. But that person, that Krishna, can find him in Goloka Vrindavan, can find him in Vaikuntha. His devotees can see him. That form is present in the temples as Acha Vigraha. So God is a person. So we don't have peace because we don't know our Father. We don't have a common goal to all come together and worship our Father. That's why even though we have so many religions and so many spiritual organizations, still there is no peace. Because God is not a person. So who is accepting our prayers? You know? When everything is fine for us, we say, "Oh, thank you, God." We say, "Yes, it's my potency, my capacity. I'm so intelligent. That's why I have good results." But when something goes wrong, then we say, "Oh, it's God. God is not good." Yeah. So all these things happening now, we cannot give the credit to God. All these beautiful things we are seeing, we give the credit to ourselves. But when there's trouble, we should bear the consequence of the trouble. You understand? So yes, we need to understand that the two aspects of God are there. He is impersonal. He is also personal. As I mentioned earlier, Nirguna and Saguna. Saguna, devotees, we say, yes, Lord has a form, a transcendental form, beautiful form, that form that attracts, Krishna's name is called Rupa Maduram. Krishna's form is very, very, very beautiful. Very beautiful. That form attracts the gopis. That form attracts Srimati Radharani. That form attracts many acharyas, many pure devotees. That form is there. But that form is difficult, very, very difficult. One verse also, Krishna mentioned that I never manifest myself to miscreant and fools. My body is covered by my Yoga Maya. I never manifest myself to fools. You need to be qualified to see God. So that's the thing. The show me God. God cannot come to you as your servant. God is the supreme personality of God. So we need to approach him with respect through the paramparam. Yeah. So as I said, karmis they enjoy the senses without Krishna. The jnana, they speculate about God. They don't know. They cannot accept. They are not humble to accept those who knows. So they speculate and they grow old. They without knowing, and finally they found themselves to hell, hellish planet, as the verse mentioned. But the bhaktas, they try to satisfy the senses of Krishna, Rishikesha, and they accept the truth through the parampara, as we mentioned, 324. To know the truth, you need to approach a pure devotee. Because the pure devotee, he has realized the truth, they can tell us the truth. So that's where no issue, no speculation. And at that level, the devotee worship and love the God. Love the God. And there is loving exchange. Yeah. There should be an exchange between God and we, his sons. Right now, what we are doing, even most of the region, there is impersonal exchange. They cannot accept that God has a form. They cannot accept that God is a person. They cannot even accept that God can be seen. Some religion, they will tell you, if you see God, you will die. How is it possible that you see your father, you die? We are preparing to go by the kingdom of God, but we don't know that God is a person. How can we get there? Even if you get there, what will be our relationship with him? What will be our relationship? You stay in the house for your father, you don't know him, you never say good morning to him. No, which kind of relationship is that? There should be some rasa. You should know when the father is happy, when he's not happy, what does he want, what doesn't want. This is relationship. This is rasas. Okay, so I think it's 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. here. So if you have some comments, some questions, they're welcome. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Maharaj. Thank you so much for sharing this depth of wisdom with us. And the wisdom is shared in love also. That makes it much more sweeter. Dear devotees, if anyone may have questions, comments, reflections, realizations you may want to ask or share, please indicate by using the hand emoji or your physical hand, and you'll be asked to unmute to ask your question or share your reflections. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Maharaj, I had heard, no,
Yeah.
actually, I had read from some impersonalists when they argue that uh, you merge and you lose your individuality. And
Mm-hmm.
they say that it's it's like rivers. Oftentimes big rivers, they flow and then they end up in the ocean. And
Yeah.
when they end up in the ocean, they lose their individuality.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I read that and I said, yeah, this makes sense. And then later on, I read Sri Prabhupada's argument against that also, which you referenced that a green bird flies into a green leafy tree. Does
Yeah.
not mean that it has lost its individuality. But another time,
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's very good to read. Another time I read from Sri Prabhupada, and Sri Prabhupada defeated this impersonalist argument that when the river flows into the ocean, it
Yeah.
loses its individuality. Sri Prabhupada said, yes, it loses its individuality, but only for a short time,
Yes.
because that water that entered into the ocean will turn into condensation. It will go into the sky. It will come
Mm-hmm.
down as rain, and
Mm-hmm.
the rain will fall back to where it started. I said, "Oh, Shafa, guy."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
thank you for sharing that analogy. And
Mm.
Shafa's analogy is also so
Yeah.
beautiful. I
Even
must say, Maharaj, every time you speak, I feel so much enlivened, and I am humbly proud of myself that I can say that you are my senior big brother. I'm humbly proud of that. So thank you so
yeah.
much.
Even regarding the ocean, the rivers flowing to the ocean, Shabawad also said that the small fishes that were in the river,
Yeah.
when they enter into the ocean, they remain small fishes. That's all. Cannot. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for this example. Very nice
Yeah.
example.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Dr. Hassan, please you may unmute.
Hare Krishna, dear Maharaj, please can you accept my respectful obeisances?
Hare Krishna.
All glory to Sri Prabhupada, all glory to you, and all glory to the wonderful Assam devotees. Maharaj, my question is about Vishnu. I think
Yes.
it's so big in my head to understand it because I think I've never read there. But you do mention that all these expansions come from their Kaya Vishnu. And my question is the other Vishnus, you mentioned their name. What is their purpose? What is their job?
Mm-hmm.
If all the expansions come from Dayakaya Vishnu, even I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name well. And
Yeah.
this Dayakaya Vishnu is the same as Mahavishnu, because always I get confused and I think it's too big for me to understand it now. But I want
Yeah.
to know the purpose of the other Vishnus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Thank you very much. So there are three Purush avatars. Purusha avatars. Yes, the first one is called Mahavishnu or Karano Dasa Vishnu. Karano, why? Because it lies on the causal ocean. Karana. The causal ocean. So the first manifestation of Vishnu is called Mahavishnu, means the big Vishnu, or Karano Dasa Vishnu, or the Vishnu that lying down on the causal ocean. You can also say Narayan. The person who is lying down on the water. Narayana. Yeah, so that is for the purpose of creation. Krishna, he manifests the first Purusha avatar, which is a Mahavishnu, Karanodasa Vishnu. And he's so first of all, he start sweating. Start sweating, and from the sweat, he fills up the half of the universe, which is like an egg form.
Yes.
So he lies on that water caused by his own sweat. That's called the causal ocean. That same causal ocean is the same that we call Ganga. We remember that. Yeah. So he lies down on that causal ocean, very big, very huge, and the universe comes from his pores. Many universes, not planets. Many universes, they come from his pores, and they all float in the air. And again, he take another form, which is called Garbo Daksai Vishnu.
Gabo.
Yeah. So all these forms, they go and lie under every universe, and they manifest Brahma. They manifest Brahma, and Brahma now is in charge of creation. In the creation, we have two types of creation. We have Sarga and we have Visarga. Sarga is when Krishna, God, who is so powerful, he manifests the energies, the light, the fire, the water, the earth. Nobody can create those things. So when he finished to manifest them, the eight basic elements, then when he creates Brahma now is in charge of combining all those energies to create different forms. So we have 8,400,000 species like that. So that is the duty of Lord Brahma. But the original, the ingredients, fire, water, earth, air, sky, they come directly from Krishna. It's called Sarga. Then Visarga is when Lord Brahma start creating. So every Gabodasa Vishnu manifests from his navel Brahma, depending on the size of the universe. Our Brahma has 4 heads only because it's the smallest universe. Some universe, the Brahma has 10. Some universe, Brahma has 100 heads. Some are 1,000 heads. Our own is only 4 heads. So now Brahma is in charge of creating some planets, different people that can populate the universe. Then again, the same Krishna, he enters into everyone's heart as a Paramatma, or the super soul. The Christian call it Holy Spirit. See, they think that because most of us were Christian before joining ISKCON, sometimes we are confused. When we are Christian, we told us that when we become a very good Christian, and Lord or Jesus Christ loves you so much, then the Holy Spirit will come and enter your body. No, Holy Spirit is already there in the dog body, in the body of the liar, of a thief, of a prostitute. But we need to realize the presence of the Holy Spirit, or the Paramatma. That's why the body is called the temple of God, because God is living in our body. Yes, that is a Paramatma. So the first Vishnu is called Mahavishnu or Karanodasa Vishnu. The second Vishnu is called Gabodasa Vishnu. The third Vishnu is called Kshirodaksa Vishnu. Now, the second Vishnu is from whom all the other incarnations comes. When there is some situation in this heart, Yada Damasaklani Bhavati Bharata, I know that Bhagavad Gita. Whenever there is some disturbance, Krishna comes either directly or he will send one of his representatives. So in the case of becoming himself, then he will pass through the Gabodasa Vishnu, those Vishnu. And Rama, as Varaha, as Nrsimhadev, like that. Because the devotees who are in trouble, they will go to Brahma, they pray, and Lord Brahma will go to the ocean of milk, Svetadvipa, they will do a prayer, Purusa Shukta. Then Lord Brahma will get the information, get a response from his mind. Then he will tell the demigod, okay, God will appear in such a time. He will choose this such person as the mother, such person as the father. This is what he's going to do. You appear at that particular time, like that. Understand? So that
is the second Vishnu.
Yes. From him, yes, all the incarnation they come. The third one is only Paramatma is living in our heart. There permanently. Until we go back to Godhead, Paramatma will still always be with us. When we leave our body, the Paramatma still continue to follow us until we become perfect. Then when we go back to Godhead, when we get our original spiritual form. That's why Hindu, they say Krishna is the eighth son of the eighth incarnation of Vishnu. They don't accept Krishna superior to Vishnu. Because they don't know that Vishnu, the three Vishnu, they came from Krishna actually. Yeah. You see, even I can quote a verse from Bible. They say, in the beginning, the Lord was lying down. The Spirit of God was floating on the water. In the beginning of the creation, the Spirit of God was floating on the rivers. But we don't say the Spirit of God. We say Mahavishnu or Karanodagda Vishnu was lying down on the ocean. It's the same thing.
Thank you so much, okay? Maharaj. Yes.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
You need to read the Shima Bhagavatam first canto to second canto. You understand all the different avatars. Yeah, we have Guna avatar, we have Manvat avatars, we have Lila avatar, we have different type of avatars, different types.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Metravinda Devi, please you may unmute. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for sharing. I wanted to ask Bhakta, meaning Bhakta, meaning student. Yeah. I know people with this surname. Can you elaborate on it further?
I want to mention Bhakta.
Metravinda, you were breaking up.
I know of people with this name. My question is, would you please elaborate on it? For example, is Mahajan. Some people have surname. I know very, very rare people surname Bhakta. Please elaborate.
Bhakta. Yeah. Bhakta is there's someone who practice bhakti is a bhakta. Someone who practice yoga is a yogi. Someone who practice jhana is a jnani. Yeah. So sometimes we refer as bhakta those we newly join ISKCON. We call them a new bhakta. I mean a new practitioner, a new devotee. But bhakta is also referred to anyone, any devotee. You say Bhakta Prahlad. Bhakta Prahlad. You can say Bhakta Narada. A bhakta is someone who practices bhakti yoga. So it is not that when someone is called, when someone is not initiated, it's appropriate to call him bhakta. For ladies, we call them bhaktin. Yeah. And when they get initiation, then we call them by their diksha name, like that. So Bhakta is not a nickname of anyone. It's a general, name for everyone who practice Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti, Bhakta. Jnana, Jnani. Karma, Karmi.
Yes, Maharaj. What I was referencing though is that I know someone with this name,
Yeah.
surname Bhakta.
Yeah.
And I've never ever heard of anyone with this surname.
Okay.
The person that I know personally with this name, amazing, so loving, so kind, generous,
Okay.
like unbelievable. So again, there are people with this name Mahajan who may not act like Mahajans, or people with this name or that name, but and very unassuming, very non-pretentious, does not hold themselves in any high esteem. And I was just wondering, more elaborations on it, because there's,
You see, some devotees also, they have, their name is Krishna Das or Gopal Das, but they're not necessarily, having good behavior also. But yes, your example is his name is you mentioned Bhakta, but he has very nice qualities, a nice character. This is wonderful. So we all start from that level, from Bhakta. When we join today, after 1 week, 2 weeks, we are not initiated, we are Bhaktas. So a Bhakta is not a bad devotee, is a beginner. That's what. Sometimes also we can find Bhakta with much better, devotional service than someone who is initiated. Because generally the tendency is that when we got initiation, the tendency is to slow down. Yeah, now I got my name. My name is Aniruddha. My name is this. My name is Tulasi Mataji. Yes, we are so happy, so proud of our name, and we start forgetting our duty. A name that the Guru is giving to us, we need to act on that name. When you say you are Govinda Das, you must act like Govinda. When you say you are Arjuna Das, must act as Arjuna. Yeah. So if someone is Bhakta, maybe because his name is Bhakta, so he is always conscious of following properly, everything properly. I remember our Gurudev was telling us we need to rejoin ISKCON. Because when we joined ISKCON in the beginning, we were very enthusiastic, very enthusiastic. But as the time flies, then gradually become loose. Then then Maya penetrates, and before we know, we are no more enthusiastic like before. So that person, we are mentioning his name, because he still have Bhakta. So he's still conscious of just finishing his round, doing all his service, following all the regulatory principles. So he's conscious of that. Sometimes we think that, yes, now I'm advanced. I got my initiation 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So I'm no more a small devotee.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. That was really a wonderful answer. I see her as a person who imbibes bhakti more than anything external, anything that can be put on or whatever. She has that within her, and she exudes that. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Thank you, Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Well, thank you so much, Maharaj. What the reference you just made of Gurudev saying we have to rejoin, that reminds me of one of our God sisters. She used to say that majority of us are no more Hare Krishna devotees, but we don't realize.
Yes.
we are no more Hare Krishna devotees, but we don't realize, because we just put on tilak, put on dhoti, but our behavior and everything is contrary to what Hare Krishna stands for.
Exactly.
And actually, I'm nobody, but I'm nobody today. I was nobody yesterday. But Maharaj, like you were saying, I think I was a better devotee during my Bhakta days than I am today.
All of us, same thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Because when we are Bhakta, we don't commit offense.
Yes.
We are very, very serious, very conscious.
Yeah. Anyone else with something to ask? Govinda, you have something to say? You may unmute, Govinda Prabhu. I see your hand up.
Hare Krishna. Maharaj, please can I accept my respectful obeisances?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
All glory to you. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. All glory to Gurudev. Hare Krishna.
You are always driving.
Assembled devotees. Yes, Maharaj.
You are Garuda. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Well, my hands were not up, but Sadhu Prabhu, I think he just want me to say something. Anyway, Maharaj, how do we differentiate the impersonalists from those who believe that there's God, but they have no proof? Like some people say there's God, like the Vaishnavas, we come to believe and accept that God has a form because the form of God has been shown to us. The qualities of God has been revealed to us. The pastimes of God has been given to us, and so we know that this is the supreme personality of Godhead.
Yes.
We have to have knowledge to be able to accept the fact that this thing does exist. This thing is true. The knowledge must be there. Those who believe that God is a father, but if you show them that this is the father that you're talking about, they will blaspheme you. They will take that form and even step on it.
Exactly.
And those who do not believe that God has a form, God is formless, God is wind, God is energy, God is power, God is sound, God is air, God is just God. He has no form. And then this section of people believe that God has a form, but they don't know him. And if you show them this is the God you're talking about, they will blaspheme you and take that form and step on it. How do we differentiate the two? Who is personalist and who is impersonalist? Are they both impersonalists? How do you differentiate both?
Both of them are impersonalists. Both of them are impersonalists. The one who clearly say God does not have form is even better. There's someone who say God exists, but they don't want to accept him as the person who has the form. We have form and we don't accept that God has a form. We are talking to God to listen to our prayers, but we cannot understand that God has ears to listen to our prayers. I will give the example of Chaitanya Prabhu discussing with Chankazi, because Chankazi was a Muslim. He said, well, God does not have form. So he asked him, so you say God has to listen to your prayers. So how God is going to listen to your prayers if he doesn't have ears? You say, please, God, see my problem. How can God see you if he doesn't have eyes? You are giving your offering to Krishna, to God. How God can accept your offering if he doesn't have hands? In Krishna mention of the Bible, it's mentioned that God was walking in the heaven. God was walking, walk to walk. Someone walking, suppose that he has some legs, 2 legs at least. Legs. Yeah. Understand? So I said, even the major religion that we have in this world now, they have philosophically, they are personalists, but the approach is impersonal. Yeah. You say verbally that God has a form. Yeah. Yes. Please listen to me. This is my prayer. This is me, your son. Yeah. But in practically speaking, we don't have this, rasa, this relationship with him. We don't develop. That's why Bhakti Yoga is a way of developing relationship with God. Because before we love him, first of all, we need to develop love. When you meet, I give a good example. Those who meet a girl, she says they love that girl. It takes time, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, they study. And that there is a relationship between them. Then they say, okay, let's go to marry. But you don't know anybody. You don't know how he look like. Is he beautiful? You don't know anything about him. And you say, I love him. That love is questionable. Yeah, because we cannot love someone that you don't know. You may even probably give that example, no? For instance, how many people to love, for instance, the Michael Jackson, the way he chants, the way he dances, his beauty. Yes, there's some reason to love, but if you don't have any reason, love cannot develop. Not possible. Though they are also impersonal. They're also impersonalists. It's okay. I think
Yes,
we saw
Maharaj.
one comment on the chat. Sadi Prabhu, can you read that?
Yes, Maharaj. This is from Shimabara Acharya Prabhu. Says there are Arabic names that sound similar and carry positive meanings. Bhakta, an Arabic name for girls, meaning good fortune or luck.
Okay.
It is a feminine form of Bhakt.
Okay.
And then Bakita, another Arabic name for girls, meaning lucky or fortunate.
Okay.
And then Bhakti, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it like the way the Arabic sound will sound like. An Arabic name for boys that means lucky or fortunate. It is an attributive form of Bhakt. These names are not derived from the Quran, but are permissible for use in Muslim communities due to their positive meanings.
Yeah. Good contribution.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Maharaj, could you kindly explain it further when Srila Prabhupada says that the impersonalists, the impersonal path on which the impersonalists follow leads them to hell? Why is that path lead to hell? We understand that. You see, like I first explained, for one to accept that this person is the supreme God, it requires knowledge. The person has to be in knowledge.
Yes.
To accept something, he has to be taught. And after he has received the knowledge and he throw it away, after he has received the knowledge and again doubt it, then at least the person has to be given a chance to that level of understanding, but abuse it. And this is a person who has no knowledge at all about what that supreme personality of Godhead is. But there are a certain characteristics that is expected by every human being. What makes us as a human being? So the Prabhupada says We have to become a human beings
Mm-hmm.
before we can practice spiritual life. Therefore, there are rules and regulations that we follow, and these are called the moral principles.
Mm-hmm.
One has to be morally sound to be able to understand himself and understand his relationship with God and begin to serve him.
Yeah.
And so someone may be following all the moral principles, but he has not been taught that this person is the supreme God. And so
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't know. So how does that path of impersonal lead one to hell?
You see, it's a choice to someone become a personalist. It takes they are not forced to be impersonalists. They have philosophy. They have argument. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they have argument. Even though you try to smash that argument, they will still, keep that argument. So, you see, in the Bhagavad Gita, the chapter 18, 16, the divine nature and demoniac nature. The characteristic of demons is that they reject the scriptures. They create their own scriptures. So Krishna says they will go to the hellish planet. Someone would voluntarily refuse to accept something is white. Everyone is say that is white. He say it is black. See the difference between atheists and those who are not atheists means those who accept God, they we call them fanatism. Oh, you guys, you are fanatic. Why you say God? God, I said God. No, there is no God. But those who are also atheists, they see the reality that just like you are in a car, mean there is someone who made that car. If you see a very beautiful garden, it's supposed that there is a person, a gardener, who taking care of that. If you see a beautiful house, it's supposed that there is an architect, right? So why we cannot assume or accept with our common sense that there is a bigger, a bigger architect who created the whole universe? This is common sense. So atheist means not atheist means refusing to accept this simple facts. Yeah, because we see things around us, the ocean, the trees, everything is working nicely. The seasons, the moons, the sky, everything is there. Everything working perfectly. Even though we cannot see him or we have never met him, but at least our brain, our common sense tells us that there is some person behind everything. That is called a devotee. But those who, after seeing all these things, they still deny that no, there is just like a Big Bang. How can someone say, Big Bang? Then we question them. Okay, that explosion. What is the cause of that explosion? Now they cannot answer. Big Bang. To accept that God is the origin of everything, they don't want to accept. It's a Big Bang. To accept that God is in the Shastras, it said that the new universe are floating in the atmosphere due to the law of gravitation, due to the power of God. But some people, they will not give the credit to God. They will say it is a law of gravitation. Well, who is behind the law of gravitation? Here's the question. You see, so atheists mean they are intelligent, they know what they're doing, so they'll go to hell. They're not excused. It's not that they don't know. They know very well. You are in your car there. If you break the law, the rule of driving, the police will come and arrest you. You cannot say, "Oh, my dear policeman, I don't know." You don't know how you get your car, how you get your license. You mean you are a cheater? That even is the worst for you to be punished. So you don't know the code of the road, and you are driving, and you are a criminal. Yeah. So atheists and personalists, they know, they have philosophy, and they have books, they have shastras supporting their belief. Yeah. They have gurus, they have acharyas, they have everything. Yeah. So they'll go to hell. It's not me saying that. They'll go to hell.
Well, Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Maharaj. I found this message I would like to share. I think
Yeah.
Srimad Prabhu has his hand up. This is Srimad Bhagavatam 3:5-14.
Yeah.
And it says, O sage, persons who, because of their sinful activities, are averse to the topics of transcendence and thus ignorant of the purpose of the Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, are pitied by the pitiable. I also pity them because I see how their duration of life is spoiled by eternal time, while they involve themselves in presentations of philosophical speculation, theoretical ultimate goals of life, and different modes of ritual. And in the purport, Srila Prabhupada states that the impersonalists, because they engage in mental speculation and have no faith in the personality of Godhead, have no business hearing the topics of Krishna. Such persons are pitiable for the first-class pure devotees of the Lord. The pitiable impersonalists pity those who are influenced by the modes of ignorance and passion, but the pure devotees of the Lord take pity on them both, because both waste their most valuable time in the human form of life in false pursuits, namely sense enjoyment and mental speculative presentations of different theories and goals of life. So these are just what you just mentioned.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Very good.
Shrimad Prabhu, please you may unmute.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Humble obeisances, all goes to La Prabhupada, all goes to Sri Gauranga.
Yeah.
This topic about transcendental, about impersonalists and personalists, many times it has come up on this platform, and I always try to take a different approach. Because, what is making me to say this is because you're saying that they're going to hell. But the example you've given in chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita, you nicely quoted Arjuna asking who is better, those who worship the personal form or those who worship the personal form. And Krishna answered, Krishna in his answer clearly said that both will reach him, but the personal path is easier. He did not say that the personalist will not reach him. He said both will reach him, but the personal path is easier. Then if you go to Srimad Bhagavatam, a verse that most devotees always quote, Canto 1, chapter 2, verse 11, the Vedanti Tattva Vidas Tattvam Vyadhyam Adhyayam verse, that verse says that learned transcendentalists who know the absolute truth call this non-dual substance Brahman, Paramatma, or Bhagavan. And in this verse, the impersonalists, who are also known as Brahmavadis, are recognized as legitimate transcendentalists, realizing the Brahma aspect of the absolute truth. If you go to Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 2, text 32, there again you find that the Brahmavadis, they attain liberation. Of course, not like liberation for devotees. But they don't say they go to the verse says, even after attaining the elevated position of the impersonal liberation, if one neglects a lotus feet, he falls down. So the impersonalists are said to attain liberation, but because they are not on the path of bhakti, they fall down. That is acknowledged. Impersonalists are acknowledged to reach a high level of realization, but the Bhagavad once of the potential of falling back without bhakti. It doesn't say they go to hell. So I give maybe one more or two, and then I will stop. There is also, okay, maybe just draw my conclusion. Impersonalists are referred to in the Bhagavad Gita many times by Srila Prabhupada as transcendentalists, in that they pursue the absolute truth beyond matter. They are often referred to as Brahmavadis, seekers of Brahman, but not necessarily devotees, called as Bhaktas. Okay. Of course, in the Bhakti text, Srimad Bhagavatam, for instance, impersonal realization is acknowledged, but often seen as incomplete without a personal devotion to Krishna or to Bhagavan. So these are some points I would like to make sure that if other people listening to us will not think that they are probably misrepresenting the scripture.
Yes. Good point. Yes, but actually the hell issue we are talking about, it is mentioned there by in the purport by in the translation also. So it is mentioned. So maybe that hell may refer to a hellish condition, a difficult life. I mean, because when you are not in the contacts, where we are not under the shelter of Krishna, that is considered to be hell. Yeah, but it's mentioned there in the verse. So it is not that we are saying that they will go to hell. Krishna Prabhupada himself mentioned it. Yeah. So your point are good. Your point are good also.
I like the answer.
Yeah. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So, like Maharaj saying, it's mentioned in the translation itself.
Yeah.
Those who are destined to be dispatched to the path of hell neglect your personal form because of speculating on material topics.
Yeah. Yeah.
Came late. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
Yeah. But what? Okay, go ahead, Prabhuji.
Can I come in? You say when you say the path of hell, mean they have not yet attained the final destination of hell. They are on the path. They are maybe in Brahmajyoti first, before getting to Talatala or Patalaluka, something like that. When they go in Brahmajyoti and they fall down again in this material world and they don't change and they keep on arguing, keep on doing that, then eventually they will find themselves in the real hellish planet. But they are on the path. That we are on the path of bhakti. We are not attend prema bhakti, but we are on the path. We may fall, we may continue, but we are on the path at least. But there is a paramgati, there is a final goal, final destination, the Krishna prema. We are right now, we are on the path, different level, different degrees. So my personalist, they are on the path of hell, on the path. They're on the path. They are going there. If they can stop, yes, fine. Okay.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Maharaj and devotees, for your contributions. Anyone else with something to share, or we bring this to a close? Like I was saying, Maharaj, thank you so much for sharing your love and depth of wisdom with us from Srimad Bhagavatam. What I am beginning to see is that, especially when we started doing this online Srimad Bhagavatam classes, it's been so helpful to me to come to understand that when we read or when we hear Srila Prabhupada say or state something, it does not mean that is just all it is, because
yes.
It has different contexts. And if we do not bring the context into the picture, we might get things wrong. So, like Srimad Prabhu was saying, The same Srila Prabhupada has also told us that there are two types of transcendentalists, the personalist and the impersonalist. So they are all transcendental, but those who are personalists always feel pity for those who are impersonal, because there is nothing much sweeter than having a relationship with Krishna. And those who are pure devotees, they want everybody to have a relationship with Krishna. And so if you are not getting that, they pity for you, and they say you are in hell.
Yeah.
Literally saying that you are hell. It does not mean that one is actually there.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm saying it, but
Exactly. On the
very
path
nice.
of hell. On the path.
On the path, yes. Yeah. So it's very nice these things come into the picture for us to understand. Dear devotees, we're going to humbly request you all to kindly unmute yourselves, and we all chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra to express our appreciation to our revered speaker, His Holiness Bhakti Charadishna Swami Maharaj. Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Ram
Rama,
Rama
Ram,
Rama
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Panchakapani,
Mahabhyo, Maha.
Jai,
Prabhupada ki jai.
Krishna
Jai.
Vrinda ki
All
Jai.
glories to
Vaishnava Sangha ki